Hi everyone, welcome to the Joyful Investor channel. 2020 had been eventful, so are you looking forward to starting your 2021 with your New Year resolutions? And is investing part of your New Year resolutions? If you are still skeptical about whether to start investing, we hope today's video will be able to shed some light for you. In today's video, we are going to explore why it is really necessary to invest and why can't we just put all of our money into the bank accounts. Investing is too risky. You will end up losing all of your money. I'm seeing 50% returns on my portfolio. If you want to retire earlier, you should start investing. I'm sure you have heard of all these statements, but with such contrasting statements, why are people still investing? Reason number one, relying solely on your bank savings account is not sufficient. Let me give you an example using something which all of you are very familiar with, McDonald's McFlurry. It used to cost about $2.20 10 to 15 years ago. Currently, it is priced at around $2.70, with some outlets charging up to $3. Doing some simple mathematics, this gives us about 23% increase in price over the last 10 to 15 years. And that is about 2% increase year on year. With globalization and trade liberalization, we are exposed to global inflation rates on top of just local inflation rates. According to the International Monetary Fund, the global inflation rates over the past 5 years range between 2.7% to 3.6%. How many of us here actually have a bank account that has interest rate of at least 2.7%? In fact, as most of you are aware by now, many banks in Singapore had earlier released a cut in the interest rate sometime back in mid-2020. Recently, DBS and SCB had also announced a further cut in the interest rate that will take effect from January 2021. This makes the idea of saving all of your money into the bank accounts even less desirable than ever. With the passage of time, the value of your money will only get lesser and lesser. Let's now take a look at how your money would have grown if you have invested instead. Assuming you invest in one of the most popular exchange-traded funds, such as the SPY ETF, which comprises the 500 large and mid-cap US stocks. If you had bought the S&P 500 ETF 5 years ago at a price of $210 and closed off the position at the start of December 2020 at $366 your annualized return would have been 12%, far beating the inflation rate. Let's all now choose again. Do you want to invest your money or just dump all of your money into the bank account? Do you want to ensure that the money you have now can buy you the same amount of food, if not more, in the future? Or are you alright with the idea of just eating half a cup of the McFlurry? Otherwise, think again. Reason 2, for earlier retirement and financial freedom. More often than not, we hear people around us in the conversation of talking about saving more or retiring earlier. And interestingly, this is no longer a topic that only people in the working life talks about. Many young adults who are just about to enter the workforce are also starting to show their concern and yearning for earlier retirement years. The traditional path is to work hard now, earn more, and save more, such that all this money will be able to last you to the end of your life. But if you remember what we shared earlier about inflation, you will understand how difficult it is to achieve this without investing. Inflation is a term that everyone knows about, but surprisingly, not many factor in the impact of inflation when planning for their retirement. Now try this out. Find an opportunity to ask your friends, colleagues, or family members to understand what is their ideal retirement age and retirement sum, and how they derive this figure. I'm sure you get replies like, I spend this amount of money per month, multiply by 12, and multiply by a certain number of years, and I get this retirement sum, totally ignoring the impact of inflation. Let me show you a numerical example with and without inflation. Researchers have conducted a study for Singapore and revealed that a typical single elderly has to spend an average of 1,379 Sing dollars a month. Let's assume a retirement age of 55 years old and life expectancy of 85 years old. Without inflation, a typical single elderly will require approximately 500,000 Sing dollars for the 30 retirement years. However, with inflation of 2% per annum, about 1.3 million Sing dollars will be required. Do you see the difference here? Not to forget that this has yet to include healthcare expenses and it is computed based on the assumption of healthy aging. So if you invest, it allows you to beat the inflation rate, something which the bank savings account cannot do. It also allows you to create a passive stream of income that allows you to continue to earn money even after you retire. So if you are still embracing the traditional way of working hard and letting your bank account work for you, it's time to say goodbye to early retirement and financial freedom. The third reason is to attain a joyful and fulfilling life. What is your definition of a joyful and fulfilling life? My definition is one in which I can spend the time doing the things I like to do, spend the time learning things that I want to master, yet achieving financial freedom at the same time. And investing allows you to achieve that. As long as you spend enough time and effort to acquire the skills for investing, investing becomes your tool to make money for you. Investing allows money to work for you, thereby freeing up more time for other aspects of your life. To do the things you love to do and not because you have to do. Once you reach the point where your passive income exceeds your employment income, work will no longer be as mundane as you can afford to just work for a passion or to learning a new skill. Ultimately, who doesn't want to live a joyful life? By now, you should have a clearer understanding of the importance of investing. Stay tuned to my other videos as I share more about investing and personal finance. Thank you for watching this video and don't forget to like and subscribe. And goodbye!